Hey guys, another video for you, a little bit of a progress update. We got the front axle in, as you can see. Took quite a bit, but I wasn't planning on this, but the ball joints were pretty much shot. I don't think it's supposed to do that. So we ended up pressing new ball joints in. And then when I first bought the axle, on this side you could see oil coming out of here. So we had to pull out the old inner seals and press those back in, which really wasn't that bad. It was just a pain to come out. But as you can see, the front coil springs are in. Pretty much everything's in, other than for the Battle-Born brake kit, we have to build our own steering drag link between the steering box here. So it comes with a drop arm, and then he provides this, and then this gets hooked up to your OEM ball joint here. And what we have to do is we have to get a measurement from here to here on how long to cut that shaft, and then he provides these weldable ends that you just weld on here, which I gotta get to that eventually. But as you can see, it's not great without the engine sitting in it, because if you look at the sway bar's got 4 to 5 inches between the frame, and it's got these brackets here. And I can sit on this rubber piece. So you got that much room. And what I'm hoping is, once I put the engine here, it'll squish down these springs, and that'll get me a little closer. And then I built up some brackets that'll sit on the top. I'll have a bolt, a long bolt that goes through, nut on each side, and then a nut inside the frame, so that way it'll be rigid. And then if I need to adjust it later, it's better than me putting a square of 2x2 tubing in there, and then it kind of looks ugly. But then the other thing is, I'm hoping that'll fix the little clearance issue that we got here, because this isn't even pressed in all the way, because I didn't want to Loctite that in here, right? But other than that, it's going pretty good. I don't know if I show you guys with the rear ones in. I had to make these brackets because when I bought these axles, they only provided me with one, so I had to drill out 10 more holes. But hitches in, gas tanks in, got the red calipers in. Everything's pretty much painted in terms of the frame. These calipers are a huge improvement to that old truck. It's just gonna be a question of how do I plumb these in, but that's another thing for the future. Got the shocks in. I'm working on the brake lines now. I gotta buy a roll of stainless steel tube, and I gotta bend my own because I boxed in the frame. So I'm gonna have to get new brackets I shouldn't say brackets, but new crimps and stuff like that to plumb these. And then same with the steering box. I don't exactly know how this works. It's obviously got 2 ports here, but I'm not really sure. But other than that, another question, if you guys ever done this swap before, I got this piece here that I got no idea what it does. It fits pretty comfortably around this tube, but I don't know what this thing does. But other than that, the kit's lined up pretty good. If you look here, the clearance between the engine mount and the pumpkin is gonna be close, depending on how much more this thing squats with the engine. But in terms of everything else, he says it's gonna be a 2 to 3 inch lift to that thing compared to that thing, so we'll see how tall this thing gets. Got new shocks, I think I already mentioned that, but yeah, it's just pretty much where it sits. I'm debating on if I buy a complete truck, so I have the whole fuel system, tranny. I think I'm gonna put a 5-speed or 6-speed manual, but depending on how much that thing costs. But it's either I'm gonna buy a drivetrain for it, set it in there this spring, or I'm gonna start working on this guy. I don't know if I've showed you guys, but it's got some dings. If you look up here, yeah, that's pretty rotted. And then this cab corner is also just toast. So I already got a preformed corner right there that I'll be able to try and weld in, but we'll see how that goes as well. But just to show you guys that I got the front axle in, and then Another thing that we are running into is when we press in these seals, it's kind of hard. I don't even know if I can turn it with one arm, but these rotors don't want to spin nearly as nicely as if we take this one over here. It's in, wheels locked. I can spin this thing no problem. But even with this one I can move. Kind of, maybe not anymore. Oh, there it goes. But I'm worried if something maybe pinched in there or if it's just the new seals. Because this is like bad. So I'm hoping that if we get this thing to run, that'll kind of loosen itself up. Because there being new seals, but that's a question that I got no idea for. But yeah, the next video after this will probably be a long ways out. I have no idea if I'm going to start working on that or if I put a drivetrain in it. I just don't know where I want to spend my money yet. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you got any questions or you got any words of wisdom, please shoot them my way. But thank you very much. I'll see you later.